Vitor, how are you, my friend? Oh, look at you. Wow, that hair is something else. What does it represent, this hair?
It's just my faith and what I feel in the moment. I think, I think you can do whatever you want with you, no? That's a good thing in life, freedom. So just I feel like I like it. It's my warrior hair maybe.
You haven't fought since November of 2013, and for the most part, you've been healthy, right? You've been healthy. So has it been hard to take your foot off the gas and not go too hard, to overtrain? Because that's sometimes a problem, right?
Yeah, I think what it is, like, we have this sport that is still very young, and I see a problem, like many camps has many coaches, but I never see guys with a physiologist, like I have a physiologist, like they don't think that is important, but it's so important to have someone to understand your body, how your body works, adapting this training, this type of training. It's like they're saying that many ways to skin a cat. So many ways to achieve success, you just got to know how your body works with this type of food, with this type of training. It's a science, and I think I have this in my advantage, to be so long fighting for so long. I did so many wrong things in the past, and now I got to choose. I got to know my body well and do as best in my ability.
What kind of wrong things did you do to your body?
I think it's just understanding, like, imagine marathon. A guy who trained for a marathon, he run a marathon every week. That's what a lot of fighters they do. They fighting for. They're trying to grind themselves every week, so their body cannot survive that. That's why I think what people retire earlier, because their body cannot support what the things they did and they didn't change. So it's very important to adapt it and understand that even if you're a marathon guy, you don't run a marathon every day. You know what I mean? That's the way I see it. So you gotta understand that life is like 200 feet at a time, and what they represent is like every car can drive in darkness because their light can shine 200 feet at a time. So 200, if you're concerned about that 200 feet, eventually you arrive in your destination. That's the way I think to live.
Honestly now, let's be honest. When you made your debut 19 years ago, did you really think at this age you'd still be fighting? And not only fighting, I mean, you could still be fighting on any show in Brazil, fighting for the belt. Did you really foresee this?
I will share something very unique with you guys. You guys know my faith. I'm a Christian. I live what I believe in, and I'm not perfect. I got of course, I'm in the process of working, but I have a God that is how He grant me with the best things that I never imagined that I would have. My son that I have today, I look at him and say, man, I never imagined you would be like that. We have that type of conversation with my daughter. I say, girls, I always imagine that I have a daughter, but not like you. You are too good to be true. My wife. Honey, you're too good looking. I never thought I would marry you. I'm very blessed. So, and looking at my life, this is one of the point of my life, because you got to understand, I have a life outside of the octagon. I know that many fighters, that's what they live for, and that's the only thing. That's their identity. My identity is outside the octagon, and I bring them inside the octagon. So every time I look today and look back, man, I say, God is so good. God, I never imagined. I would never imagine that God would grant me with these opportunities. So I'm very grateful.
Is there a chance, if you don't win on Saturday, it's a possibility, 50-50, but is there a chance you don't fight again?
Let's enjoy the moment now. I think that's the thing.
You think about those things? Because at some point it has to end, right?
Every day can be an end. That's the thing, Of course, like I was just saying in the interview, one day, take advantage. Vitor Belfort is in action. Enjoy. Embrace it, because it's, of course, I'm 38 years old. Like I said, my identity is outside the octagon, not inside the octagon. Inside the octagon is part of my identity. So enjoy this fight, and I'm fighting for the W. So we don't talk ifs. We don't make plans 50-50. That's the only business inside octagon that I learned. I love a win-win situation, but in my sport, it's not a win-win situation. It's only one get to win, and I'm gonna get to win.
How do you feel about Chris? He's been critical of your past. He said some things about you. How do you feel about him?
I don't have feelings. Like it's hard. I don't know the guy. I don't know who's advising him. He seems sometimes look nice, respectful, sometimes not. So he's like NASDAQ. It's hard. So, but
Two-faced? Would you call him two-faced?
no, I don't talk. It's just one face, but it's just like balancing. And I don't know he's trying to play mind game or whatever it is. It's hard to judge. I don't have the rightness to judge anybody, judge you or judge somebody else, whatever they do. I'm not focusing on what he is. I respect him as a person and as an athlete, and I'm gonna compete with him. And Sunday is funny because after the fight, they do all this dirty people do all and they embrace this for the sport. So I don't agree with that. If you choose to be one guy, be that guy. You know what I mean? So I am that guy. I respect whoever is in the next side. I respect, and I have a lot of respect for anybody that stepped in the cage.
Do you feel the same physically as you did when you fought Dan Henderson in November of 2013?
I don't compare myself. I only compare myself with yesterday. That's the key of life. So if I have to compare myself with yesterday, today I'm better. My body's fresher. I'm stronger. I'm ready, man.
How much do you weigh right now?
Oh, I think it's like 200 pounds. Like,
is that normal for you?
Yeah, that's how I that's been my weight for cutting out. Now I just cut the rest, so I'm pretty good.
And how do you foresee it playing out? Like, have you thought about it?
The weight
Fight.
Be visualizing a lot to fight.
So tell us.
Uppercuts.
How does it end? He says second round.
What about fighting it for a win? I'm gonna win. Whatever round it is, I'm gonna win. So I'm just fighting for win every position. Whatever he brings to the table, I'm just gonna seize the moment and take it.
And I know you're a proud Brazilian. Do you feel like you need to, represent your country? He beat two Brazilians.
I'm not fighting out of vengeance. I'm representing a culture. I'm representing a country. I'm representing my fans. I represent my team, and I'm glad that I had the chance to fight and perform. So I'm excited.
Okay, last thing, what's the key? What is the significance there?
They're giving this present.
Who gave it to you?
A friend of mine.
It says believe.
Yeah.
That's the key to what?
The key of life. You got to believe. Whatever you do, you believe. So that's the key for it. Whatever you do.
The key to my heart.
Huh?
I thought it was the key to my heart.
Your heart?
The key to my heart.
You want the key?
No, I thought this was the key to open my heart.
I open your heart? No, come on, man.
Oh, I thought we were friends.
I'm married.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
It has been a while. Thank you so much for the time, and good luck to you.
Thank you. God bless you.